every quarter and play Storm football, and we're going to win.
All right, Brett. Thanks a lot. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to see the keys. I like that. He won't share them, but we're going to see them.
Tim Markham is the winningest head coach in Arena Football League history. He has participated in 10 Arena Bowl championship games, and he's won 7 of them. And this is one of the winningest franchises in playoff history as well. And we are ready to kick off. Columbus will kick off. Tampa Bay will receive. Remember, in Arena Football, the ball is live off of the net. And it bounces all the way back out to the 3-yard line. And they bring it just beyond the 10-yard line to start their first series of the ball game. And Brett Dietz, we talked to him a few moments ago off the return from Terrell Shaw. Shaw's their second leading receiver. Dietz completing about 66% of his passes through just 7 interceptions.
Here we go, baby. Right, yo-yo, 80 Poco on 1. Ready?
And he's ready to go.
Well, when you hear Poco, I mean, post or corner, so they're trying to go down the field right away. And that's Shaw right here, and he's going to try to get to the post or the corner.
Downfield, the pass complete. That's exactly who they go to. To the 12-yard line, Terrell Shaw out of Southern Mississippi picks up 27 yards. Good start for the rookie.
When you hear Poco, they're going to try to get their man, which is Shaw, the post or the corner. So he gets on that defensive back, kind of gives him a read one way or the other based on where he is playing, and he has the option to go the post or the corner. So, listen, Shaw's already fielded the kickoff with the ball bouncing off the pipes. Good move right there, and gotten a big play early in the first drive. And that's the guy they want to get going.
He led them in receiving yardage this year, went for over 1,400. A running play, one of the rare runs you'll see in Arena Football. Marvin Brown out to the 9-yard line, picking up 4. As time now for the U.S. Army starting lineups. Tampa Bay Storm.
We've talked a little bit about Brett Dietz. We've seen Shaw already, who has been active, but Lincoln Kennedy, we'll watch him. 12-year NFL veteran, but when I look at the roster, I still have to marvel at the R there, which stands for rookie. So Lincoln Kennedy isn't a Arena Football rookie, but we're going to watch him because he's got a key matchup on Ken Jones today.
Dietz back to pass into the end zone. Touchdown. Shaw with a couple of key plays on the drive, and he caps it with a 9-yard touchdown reception.
Mark, the one thing that I wanted to watch for early, and I think we should watch this, and there's good signs for Tampa Bay, is Brett Dietz. He is a rookie. This is his first playoff experience, and that drive, he was cool. And that's what the head players and coaches talk about him. They say, first word comes out of their mouth, he's cool. And that drive, he was cool and on the money.
Couldn't have asked for a better start for the rookie quarterback who came to this team midway through the season, was in town just 3 days before he finally saw live action. And he is one of the real feel-good stories this year in Arena Football. He has taken a very circuitous route to make it here to play for head coach Tim Markham. But as we mentioned, 7-1 since his starter coming in. Many different stops along the way. Played Arena Football in, actually not Arena Football, but football in Finland overseas. Several different stops. Yeah. There's nowhere he hasn't been. But
got bags, will travel.
He's gotten them into the end zone here on the first drive of the game.
Well, the route was so great, we won't see that right now. But when you have a route that wins, then the quarterback has to respond to that and complement that, and that's what Brett Dietz did on that drive. Shaw won, and Dietz complimented him by running great routes. And, watching some tape early on Dietz and some other games, he was very erratic. So this, to me, is a very good sign for Tampa that he is very composed and he's on the money early.
They coming off a real thrilling victory last week against Austin here at home, a game that went down to the final moments before they finally pulled it out. And they've really been fine-tuning their game over the last half of the season, the last 9 games to be exact. And their turnaround began with the game against Columbus right here. And here's the kickoff return by Josh Bush. And Bush out to the 13-yard line. Columbus now going to get a chance to go on offense. And there's a look at their quarterback, Matt Nagy, 6'2", 220 pounds out of Delaware, a 5-year veteran of Arena Football. Nagy completing 63% of his passes coming into this one. Thrown 75 touchdown passes this season. What keys for Columbus coming in that we heard from their coaching staff, they have to be able to protect their quarterback.
Yeah,
be efficient too.
You're right, Mark. That's the key for most teams, but Tampa has a really good front three, and they get after the quarterback well.
They go downtown. Nagy has a man, and it's batted away in the end zone, incomplete. Alex Wallace got there in time to bat it down.
That was a terrific play by Wallace.
We take a look now at the U.S. Marines starting lineups. For Columbus, a couple of key cogs in the skill positions, amongst them Damian Gross, their leading wide receiver.
Yeah, we'll talk about Gross today, where he plays. They've moved him. In arena football, oftentimes they like their main guy to be to the wide side of the field, but they've moved Damian Gross to the weak side of the field, and that's where they try to take advantage of him. He's been very successful this year. A change for him, and we'll talk about that during the course of the game.
Yeah, an interesting adjustment for Gross, but he made it well. That pass complete to Marcus Knight beyond the 20-yard line. Got about 9, close to 10 yards. He's about a yard shy of the first down. Marcus Knight out of Michigan, third-year pro. But Nagy, feels emboldened by the fact that this is not his first rodeo.
35 hits, all ready.
He played an Arena Bowl championship game a couple of years ago as a member of Georgia's team. Columbus in a hole, 7-0. Flag down, the pass complete, and it goes for a touchdown. Damian Gross, 29 yards for the score, but will it stand? Let's see what this flag is about at the 10-yard line.
Illegal formation defense, number 93, defensive end 2 wide. That penalty is declined, result of the play, touchdown.
In arena football, defensive ends, defensive linemen have to line head up. So anytime you get to the outside, they're going to look for that. That will be the penalty there. Obviously, declined touchdown for Columbus. And very important, Mark, is when you're on the road, the thing that you don't want to do is play catch-up. You want to be able to respond and counter. And Columbus did that by scoring that touchdown there.
This is a Columbus team, Merril, that last week got right in a sense by defeating New York in their regular season finale, hoping that this will catapult them with a little momentum into the playoffs. Maybe do that Chicago thing like last year.
When hot, molten rock, ash, and gases erupt and escape from deep below the surface, it often results in a touchdown. For those who have what it takes on the inside, Russell has what it takes on the outside.
The passage is intense, but if you complete the journey, you will find your destiny among the world's greatest warriors. The few, the proud, the Marines.
We got it going on.
ESPN's telecast of Russell Athletic Arena Football is brought to you by Russell Athletic. For those who have what it takes on the inside, Russell has what it takes on the outside. And in part by Arena Bowl 21, New Orleans, Sunday, July 29th. Get jazzed. Back at the St. Pete's Times Forum. Tied at 7 on the scoreboard. 10:34 to go here in the first quarter. Each team scoring on its opening possessions of the ball game. As Columbus gets set to kick off, and a good start, especially for the rookie, Brett Dietz of Tampa, playing in his first ever playoff game. That's Carl Williams back deep for the Tampa Bay Storm, a.k.a. Carl the Truth Williams, former player with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers here locally. Played several years for Tony Dungy and the Bucs. His first season in arena football, up to the 7-yard line. And one more look at the effusive and bubbly nature of quarterback Brett Dietz. Happy about that last touchdown.
And the one thing that they do like about him, he's very composed. You know, I talked about Shaw's great route, and then Shaw creates the separation, and that's part of it.
That's a great catch.
But then he put it where only Shaw was going to catch it. That's why he is saying great catch, because if I put it there, you got to come down with it, but not an easy catch.
Brett Dietz, the third different starting quarterback this year for Tampa Bay. Stoney Case was injured earlier in the season. He was the first original starter. Here's Dietz back to pass. And overshoots his intended receiver at the 15-yard line. Incomplete, intended once again for Shaw.
Now, you know, the first drive, what was Shaw doing? He was a big part of that drive. He got down the field. So what does Columbus do? They say, that's not going to happen. Right at the line of scrimmage, look at him. They're getting right into his pocket. Brandon Heflin, number 24, is like, you know what? No more. We're not going to let you run down the line of scrimmage, get beyond the line of scrimmage, and put us on an island. You're too good a route runner. So I would expect to see more of that as this game goes on. Now, how does Tampa counter that? Do they start doing a little motion with him or move him even further?
We'll see Dietz. Quick drop, gets rid of it. The pass complete for first down out to the 23-yard line as we take a look at the U.S. Marine starting lineups. The Columbus Destroyers defense. Keep an eye, folks, on Ken Jones today. He is one of the top pass rushers in the entire league, has 10 sacks on the season, and that's going to be an intriguing matchup against Lincoln Kennedy up front.
I agree, and Kelvin Kinney on the other side is one of the toughest players in arena football, so they have, 2-3 guys up front that really get after the quarterback. Changing up their protections will be important.
So far, they haven't been able to put a glove on Dietz, and he fires another completion down to the 18-yard line to the truth. Carl Williams once again. And Lincoln Kennedy, the former 10-year pro of NFL, now playing in his first season in arena football. A bit of an adjustment for him, and friends wondered why he would want to play arena football. He says he's out there for the love of the game.
And I can confirm that, because I walked in the stadium yesterday. They're having practice, and he was like, hey, Merril, come over here. And I just said, 12 years in the NFL. I look at your card, I see rookie in arena fight. It's hard for me to look, but he just loves it. He brings an energy, and he brings a leadership, and you got to love it. And he's got a real found respect for the athletes in the game that this is all about here.
Gave an impassioned speech to his teammates on the field prior to the game. Dietz with time on the post, and it's knocked away at the last moment at the 3-yard line by Gerald Brown. Right there, the reigning Arena Football League Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, and he's a big-time cover guy. And I'll tell you this, in this drive, what's been a little different for Columbus is in their secondary, they've played outstanding. Lincoln Kennedy, we talked about that matchup there. Kelvin Kinney on one side, Ken Jones that he'll be matched up on majority of the afternoon, doing a good job this far. We haven't said anything about Ken Jones, and if we don't say a lot about Ken Jones, advantage Tampa.
Go! Here we go on second down and 10. A little quick movement up front. That was the aforementioned Ken Jones. Interesting that here's the call first.
Offside, defense number 86, unabated to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
We saw it a little bit earlier in the season. It was Jones that knocked out Kaleo, the second starting quarterback for Tampa this year, out of the game with that hand injury, which ended Kaleo's season. Jones said that Kaleo was bumping his gums a little bit coming into the game about how he wasn't going to get any pressure on Kaleo, the quarterback, and, well, he changed that in one swift play.
Yeah, well, I like what Brett Dietz has done here, being a rookie, first experience, using the cadence to help his offensive line. Good job there. That's more like a veteran move.
Sets up a second down and 5. Here's the running play on the toss. Down to the 9-yard line, Marvin Brown, who, by the way, we talked about Gerald Brown, the Defensive Player of the Year in arena football. The two of them cousins, so a little bit of a family thing going on today on the field on opposite sides.
And part of the running game becomes important down here. With arena football now, you can substitute. You can play just one side of the ball, so you get packages in now. So you can try to run the football a little more. You get big guys out there, but it's still a passing league. And right now is when you want to strike, because the closer you get to that goal line, the harder it is to throw the football.
Good point. Go! 6.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Dietz, nice touch, but underthrowing his intended receiver. Broken up by B.J. Beret. Intended for Shaw.
Even Beret said, I almost had that baby one-handed, but really did a good job of driving onto the ball, had good position, but then watches. Dietz has to kind of, those little soft touches, that's the throws that you really got to master in this league. Just a little underthrown, and
Right,
Marr gets in
50,
there.
all look on 2. Ready?
Well, when you hear all look, you're going to get a lot of slants to the inside.
4th down and about 1 to go. Dietz has time. Oh, what a catch! A circus grab down near the goal line. It was Terrell Shaw again. Picked up 8. And he had a defender, Brown, right there, hanging all over him.
That was a spectacular adjustment by Shaw because Shaw was doing a look route.
Defense number 12. That penalty's declined. Touchdown.
You know, Shaw's trying to do a look route to the inside, and see the route is over. Now he adjusts to come to the back to the outside, and he ends up getting the separation that he needs.
And they gave him the score on the play.
Yeah, now watch Dietz. Now you got to stay in the pocket, and ultimately you pay the price. You're going to get tagged and hit a little bit, but the end result is worth it. That's a touchdown, baby.
Look at those narrow uprights in arena football, just 9 feet apart. That's half as much as in conventional football. The extra point good by Seth Marler. The home team leading by 7 when we come back.
The NASCAR Nextel Cup Series comes to ESPN July 29th.
Thinking about getting a 30-year fixed mortgage around 6.2%? That's smart. But getting a 30-year fixed around 6.2% with payment flexibility? That's Smart 30. The Smart 30 mortgage exclusively from Quicken Loans. No other mortgage combines the peace of mind of a 30-year fixed with the freedom to lower your payment like Smart 30. Here's what makes it the smartest mortgage around. You get the security of knowing your low rate around 6.2% will never go up. And for the first 10 years, you can go month by month and either make your full payment or choose a lower interest-only payment. You get it all. The security of a 30-year fixed and the flexibility to lower your payment when you need to.
Quicken Loans is allowing us to do a lot of different things we weren't able to do before.
If you're thinking of getting a 30-year fixed loan, you owe it to yourself to call Quicken Loans and ask about this Smart 30 mortgage. Call now. No one knows how long rates around 6.2% will last. Quicken Loans, America's home loan experts.
Back at the St. Pete's Times Forum, 14-7, the Storm leading the Destroyers here in the first quarter. And boy, Brett Dietz put that ball where only his man could get it on that last touchdown pass, and the Storm with the lead as a result.
Shaw did a great job of adjusting his route because really at the beginning of his route, he was beaten, he was covered, and he did a great job adjusting.
Merril, it looked kind of questionable as to whether Shaw got into the end zone.
Yeah. I felt he broke the plane with the ball, which is that's what all you have to do. I felt like he did that in time before he went down.
Keep in mind the ball is live off the net. And this is Josh Bush on the kickoff return. Bush has an alley. And a good return out beyond the 20-yard line to the 23. One more look at that touchdown catch.
Well, you see, they're trying to draw, trying to jam at the line of scrimmage, and he tries to get to the inside. They do a great job of winning right there. The initial part of that route, that glance route, great job. But see Shaw right there. He feels the defender, overplaying him, gets rid of him, and creates a separation for the touchdown.
You're not going to tell me no more, I promise.
That's a challenge.
B.J. Beret telling Dietz that you're not going to turn me anymore. I promise. Well,
and Beret, I believe, got his hand on one, almost came down with it here in the end zone. So we'll see how that materializes in this game.
Aggie open at the 10-yard line, complete. And another first down for Columbus. That was Marcus Knight. This Columbus team seems to have gotten itself right after losing 5 of its last 6 games at the end of the regular season, but come in here and now on their second offensive possession, looking very much in rhythm there.
Right range, wide loop, 55 sting, fullback, backside screen left, don't worry.
That sting and all that is very cool. This fullback's going to try to come in the backside screen, so they're going to try to get a flow this way and catch Tampa rushing the quarterback and away from that fullback. There he is.
Oh, he's got a blocker in front of him. A good, well-designed play for the score. Harold Wells.
Good call.
Yeah, great call. I was about to say great call, but Nagy beat me to it.
Picture-perfect execution by Nagy and Wells.
Yes, that's a great play call because, you know Tampa's flying to the ball. They're thinking pass. You see this in arena football, and if you can time it perfectly, this is the result. It's a great play, and it's a great call right down here when it's so hard to throw the football down into the end zone.
Boy, the Columbus Destroyers with 5 offensive plays so far in the ball game and 2 touchdowns. That is the model of efficiency. And we are tied at 14 apiece with 3:31 to go here in the first period of play. That's Skip Foster, the offensive coordinator, drawing up a great one. He didn't draw it up in the sand. That one was real.
When hot, molten rock, ash, and gases erupt and escape from deep below the surface, it often results in a touchdown. For those who have what it takes on the inside, Russell has what it takes on the outside.
Lighter, with high-speed internet, a 2-megapixel camera, and email in over 130 countries. It has the intelligence you require, with the beauty you desire. The all-new BlackBerry Curve, only from AT&T, the world's leading provider of BlackBerry service. Singular's name is now AT&T.
DW, you're going to love the changes that David and I have made to the Aaron's Dream Machine. Comfortable reclining seat, onboard computer, awesome sound system.
It's a rolling Aaron's store.
The Aaron's car of tomorrow.
If you want brand new name brand furniture, electronics, appliances, and computers all in one place and with no credit checks, shop Aaron's.
Hey, Mikey, where do you want these?
In the car, of course.
You know, Mikey, I'm starting to like this car.
Do the math. Nobody beats Aaron's.
Got it going on.
And welcome back to the St. Pete's Times Forum here in Tampa Bay. One of the several cruise ships here just outside the arena and in calm waters as opposed to the stormy waters that Tampa Bay has been through in the early part of the season. There's a look at the brackets in the National Conference. If Tampa wins, they'll play Georgia. If Columbus wins, they'll play Dallas. Dallas getting the lowest remaining seed. Meanwhile, in the American Conference, hey, what about Philadelphia sending Orlando home yesterday? And here's a look at the upcoming action Monday night on ESPN2. It'll be Los Angeles hosting Utah. And Columbus kicking off here, tied at 14. I'm Mark Jones along with Merril, Hoge. Wild card weekend. This is Williams on the return. Williams with a nice move and pushed out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Keep in mind the boards are live until the players hit up against them. Then he's ruled dead. A 24-yard return by Williams. Brett Dietz with a couple of touchdown passes already so far in this ball game.
And he's been cool and composed, and having no playoff experience at all, he has handled the pressure beautifully. I tell you what, there's been a very even ball game, very complete, very good. No team has blinked, and when I say blink, that results in turnovers or a stop. That's what we're looking for now.
It might only take one stop to swing the momentum in this game. This pass complete by Dietz down to the 17-yard line. Carl Williams with the reception. working against B.J. Beret. It was Beret that promised to Dietz, "You'll never turn me again." You can't let your mouth write a check your body can't cash.
You got that right, because I'll tell you who's hot right now. It's Dietz. Dietz is he's taking what the defense is giving him. You know, they've played a lot of man, they've played some zone, they've played soft, they've got at the line of scrimmage and jammed, and Dietz has not forced anything. He has really taken advantage of what the defense has given him without making a mistake.
He's 85 yards passing already here in the first period. Completes another one. That's to their top receiver, Samuels. Lawrence Samuels down to the 13-yard line. Picked up about 4 on the play. Samuels was one of the guys, the leaders of this team, one of the veterans that kept the ship righted and kept it from really going south when they were 0-5.
Trips left 83 Iowa on one, right?
You know, they're going to flip the formation because the ball's on the other side, but they're trying to get this deep route here, and these guys will sit in hitch positions for them.
Go!
Dietz into the end zone, flag down, and he was working against Beret again. It was Williams and Beret battling it. There was a lot of contact. They were sumo wrestling down there.
I think Beret grabbed and held on.
Before the pass was thrown, holding defense number 4. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Well, you're not going to turn him around, he says.
You just grabbed him then.
Yeah, well, look at him. He gets his hands on him, and Beret just never lets go. At some point, you do got to relinquish that hold, and Beret just did not.
B.J. Beret, the second-year pro out of Ohio State University, made All-Ironman this year. 1.5 to go here in the first quarter. Dietz has his team threatening to score once again on the 6-yard line. Into the end zone, and that one wisely thrown away, and got a little bit of heat that time on Dietz. Mason Shelley was the closest one to that pass.
You know, Columbus has done a good job of changing up things. You know, they are aggressive at the line of scrimmage when we saw Beret, and then there they played some zone.
Columbus,
they're making some good change-ups here, challenging Dietz, who is, you know, a rookie, has no playoff experience, but thus far in his playoff experience has been outstanding.
We're here at the St. Pete's Times Forum in Tampa, Florida. Mark Jones along with Merril Hoge. Day 2 of the Arena Football League playoffs. Wild card weekend, this one featuring Columbus and Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, one of the hottest teams in the league. Looking for another score, but this play well read. And Shaw is brought down at the 6-yard line.
Well, that play looked great at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then,
little receiver screen.
Yeah, because these fields, you know, it's half the size of an NFL field or a college field. So there's not a lot of room to go side to side. You better get going north and south immediately. If you don't, people can capitalize and get close quick.
That's the last play of the first quarter. Dietz watching from the sidelines. An aficionado of hard rock and headbanging music, and there's a lot of headbanging and helmet banging going down on the sidelines right now on that field as well. The first quarter in the books. Back with the second period after this.
Grab the beer that starts out cold and ends up refreshing. Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Looks busy. It's that good you're a retailer.
Retailer? That word's a little impersonal, isn't it?
How about purveyor of innovative tire technology?
I like that.
Come into the Goodyear Freedom to Get There tire event now for innovative tire technology and get up to a $50 cash card by mail-in offer with the purchase of a set of 4 select Goodyear tires. Or double your cash card up to $100 when you make your purchase on your Goodyear credit card. Innovative thinking up here so you can get there. Goodyear, get there.
It is not just the strength of action. It's the strength of honor. Not just the strength to follow, but to lead. Not just the strength to push, but the strength to push yourself. It is more than physical strength. It's the strength to carry the things that weigh the most. There's strong, and then there's Army Strong. Find out more at goarmy.com/strong.
It was my worst nightmare. I was away on business and my wife called. Someone had broken into our house. We got lucky. They just wanted our things. What if the guy had still been there? I've never felt so helpless. I called ADT the very next day.
Protect your home and loved ones from burglary, fire, and carbon monoxide. So call now and save up to $200 on an ADT protection package.
Protecting my family is the best investment I ever made.
ADT. Always there.
We are back at the St. Pete's Times Forum here in Tampa, Florida. We're looking at quarterback Brett Dietz, who's leading his team down the field. And time now for our EA Sports AFL Scouting Report.
Well, one thing I do like about him, he's very cool, and he has shown that thus far, and he's very smart. He goes to the sideline. He's already talked about some adjustments. The only negative really is the inexperience part, and thus far, that has not been a negative because he has shown that it just doesn't matter. He's still responded the way he has done in the regular season, where he has been 7-1 as a starter.
Back to pass. And incomplete, and another flag as who else but B.J. Beret in on another play.
Illegal defense, linebacker number 9, Jack out of the box. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
It's against Scott Dreisbach.
Yeah, Dreisbach is the Jack linebacker. Now, he has to stay in a box. There's a confined area where he must stay unless the quarterback rolls out or once they've thrown the football, and then that time he went too soon.
Heavy.
Sets up a first and goal.
Over. Flat rip, 38 toss cut on one. Ready?
Ball at the 2-yard line.
Go!
They blow it dead before the play even gets off.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense number 72, 5-yard penalty, first down.
That's the veteran Lincoln Kennedy, veteran of NFL seasons, 10 of them in all, but rookie in arena. Comes up a little gimpy there, too. Big fella in a good matchup today against Kent Jones. That's the first penalty of the game against Tampa.
Well, he's listening to talking to Stoney Case.
As soon as I throw it, he's taking off. I got to freaking watch that.
He's talking about the Jack linebacker because the Jack linebacker has been active and he's running out of there. Almost picked him off down at the other end. So smart that he already is aware of that and sees that. A little quarterback draw.
Yeah, design play, but guess who was there? Bernard Riley, one of the more unheralded guys up front, along with Kinney and Jones. That time it was Riley's time to shine, making the stop on Dietz. It'll be second and goal. But sometimes we've seen it so many times, Merril, where you get a little bit more room after a penalty. Yeah. Arena football helps you out.
I believe that. When you get a penalty down there, I don't think it's devastating because now you do have some options as far as throwing the football and get some route combinations you couldn't if you were 5 yards closer to the end zone.
Sean motion. Dietz. And Beret proving true to his word with the pick. And it's still live. B.J. Beret all the way. Touchdown. He told Dietz it was going to happen.
Boy, he sure did.
And he's drinking from a good cup right now.
Boy, and Beret, he just sat on Shaw and drove at the final second. And there's one thing in arena football that speaks to wins and losses, and it's one stat, and that is turnovers. But this one was devastating from the standpoint that Tampa was about to score. Columbus gets the turnover and scores off of it. That's like a double whammy there, baby.
51 yards unofficially for the score off the pick. B.J. Beret, now they're saying it's 50. That is the length of the field when, as you mentioned, Tampa Bay was about to punch it in. And this place is definitely silent right now. B.J. Beret told Brett Dietz, "You're not going to turn me again." He made the pick, and maybe his mouth didn't write a check that his body can't cash. He is paid in full. Back after this.
In racing, the lucky dog is the guy who gets his lap back after a caution flag. But at Aaron's, everybody's a lucky dog. At Aaron's, you can get a lap back on your credit no matter what your situation is, because there are no credit checks at Aaron's. You're pre-approved. And Aaron's has the lowest prices on name brand furniture, electronics, appliances, and computers, guaranteed. Come see why everybody's a lucky dog at Aaron's. Attaboy, Lucky. Good dog.
No matter what kind of business you run, you'll run it better with the Discover Business Card. Need to pay vendors who don't take credit cards? Use fee-free purchase checks and still earn rewards. Need to turn expenses into income? Get 5% cashback bonus on office supplies and get 2% cashback bonus on gas. With solutions like fee-free purchase checks, you can take charge with the Discover Business Card.
It is rude and insincere to tell a man he just dunked it. What kind of dunk was it? You got the windmill, the waffle cone, the Moroccan princess, the cranky ballet, and oh! Now right there, that's the two-fisted, triple-pumping, intercontinental, rim-wrecking, double dunk. Call it what it is and give that man some respect. NBA Street, home court, rated E for everyone.
We got it going on.
ESPN's telecast of Russell Athletic Arena football is brought to you by Aaron's. With over 1,400 stores nationwide, everyone is a lucky dog at Aaron's. And Discover Card, the official credit card of the Arena Football League. Look at the marvelous Sunshine Skyway here in the Tampa St. Pete's metropolitan area, and the upset-minded Columbus Destroyers leading by 7 right now, as Tampa Bay's drive of 6 minutes results in a Columbus touchdown on the pick by B.J. Beret. Nice little battle between Beret and Dietz forming here in the first half. Williams off the screen and stopped up short of the 10 at about the 9-yard line. Now, this was the scene after Dietz's second touchdown pass. Here's what Beret told him.
Hey, you're not going to tell me no more, I promise.
Well, he promised, Merril.
He said you're not going to turn him, and he didn't turn him there. You know, now you could sit there and go, boy, that was not a great throw. But I'll tell you this, to me it was great coverage and a spectacular interception, because I think Dietz did try to put the ball where only Shaw was going to be able to get it. So, you know, Beret, unbelievable coverage and spectacular interception and return.
Flags down on the play. The catch by Lawrence Samuels, powering his way out near the first down marker. We'll see if it stands because of the flag back at the 8-yard line. And it's going to be interesting to see now, Merril. We mentioned that this is Dietz's first playoff game. How he reacts after that turnover.
Right, that's one thing I want to watch, you know, and when you evaluate a young guy's performance, you have to evaluate the entire game. Early on, he's been very good.
Offside, defense number 86. That penalty is declined. Result of the play is a first down.
It's the second time they've gotten Ken Jones on a penalty.
Yep, and, you know, when we talk about Dietz, we'll have to see how he responds on this drive, which will kind of, you know, give us a gauge on, you know, the kind of player he is. But based on what he has done in the regular season, I would expect him to respond very well.
7-1 as a starter, became the starter midway through the season after Tampa Bay lost its second quarterback to injury. Dietz completes that pass down to the 20-yard line. It's number 6, Carl Williams, with another first down.
You know, Mark, if there was just one stat that you wanted to watch in arena football that really dictates wins and losses, it is turnover. You know, you look at the turnover margin here. You know, the first 10 games for Columbus, they are +7, a +7. So that's always on the good side. Their record's 6-4. Look at the last 6 games, -7, 1-5. Why is that important? We've had one turnover that's in Columbus's favor right now. They got 7 points off it and really stopped Tampa from 3 to 7. So Tampa will have to get a turnover to get back in this game.
Dietz completes the pass to his fullback, and man, Marvin Brown with some bad intentions, putting his hat on people, gaining 9 yards and close to another first down, and a little more jaw-jacking going on down in the field.
But you know, that's what you need after,
That's his cousin, Gerald Brown, he's talking to like
so
that.
it's all right to talk like that.
It's family.
It's family. It's not personal, it's family. You know, the one thing that when you've had a turnover, you've lost the momentum, these are the kind of things that can get your team fired back up on. A physical run behind your pads, you know, coming out here, creating a statement, getting some energy. You know, people thinking about that turnover and what's got to take place now. Well, you know what? Let's make some things happen. Brown's like, not only physically did it, verbally did it.
Hey, that next family barbecue is going to be something.
Wonder whose house is going to be at.
Might be a little jack up over the potato salad, you know?
Neutral site.
Tampa trying to tie the score here. Pass is complete to Samuels, and he stopped up immediately at about the 9-yard line. Ken Jones getting out there to help out on the stop and making the pressure on the play.
I'll tell you something that's starting to rear its ugly head for Tampa, good for Columbus, the pressure. They're starting to get pressure on Dietz. They're starting to get in his face, get in his passing lanes. They're starting to hit him.
Let's listen up to quarterback Brett Dietz making his
left
play
yo-yo,
start.
83 on 3. Ready?
3 on 3. They're short of the first down on the spot. 3rd and 1 coming up.
Go!
A little motion up front. The play is live, and it's incomplete. Flags down at the line of scrimmage. Intended for Lawrence Samuels. Here we talked about some of the adversity that this Tampa team has endured this year. The 0-5 start, 1-6. And then where it really took a swing was in Dietz's first start on the way to Austin. Their flight was delayed by 3 hours going to Houston. They finally got to Houston late after midnight.
How many is that?
Couldn't find the bags. We'll finish it after this.
Illegal formation, linebacker moving forward at the snap. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Finish off that story in just a few moments.
All right. Flat lids. 37 calls cut. 37 calls cut.
Dietz with the play. But going back to that trip, it really turned out to be a trying situation.
Talk about it, planes, trains, and automobiles.
Great conclusion to it. That's what we call a tease in the business, folks. On the 5-yard line. 1st and goal.
You hear Rip. They're going to try to get to the left side here on a running play.
Round the lead blocker.
He's got
Marshall. And they're going to mark it short of the end zone, about a foot outside of that goal line.
And a good call. You see the official hitting the wall there? Now you can hit the wall and you can bounce back off it and be live as long as you are driven into the wall by a defender. Once you are driven into the wall, you are out of bounds and down. So let's see if he gets driven into the wall there by a defender. That is close. That is close. You know, because he doesn't get hit there till the end. I think he broke the goal line.
They mark it back at the
that was 2. Yeah, actually they marked it where he actually initially touched the wall.
Go! 2nd and goal. Quarterback draw, Dietz. And this time he's going to be still waiting for a call and score. Yep, touchdown.
Well, there's plenty of time in this game, and you need to respond in this fashion after a turnover. But now through the course of this game, as we watch it, the one thing that Tampa will need, they'll either need a stop or a turnover to kind of match what Columbus has already done. Because keep in mind, the second half, Columbus will get the ball first. And that's really important as we see the last minute, because there'll be a lot of jockeying for field position, a lot of onside kicks, depending on if Tampa does not have the ball or has the ball.
Extra point good between the narrow 9 feet between the 2 uprights. And Marler, one of the more accurate kickers in the league this year. And Dietz says, this time, no handoff. I'm keeping it myself. The Storm looking for its 9th win in the last 10 games. Back after this.
The thing about home runs, we have no idea when they're coming. The most a home run can ever be is a possibility, except one night a year.
Down the line, back. Oh, man!
Possibility turns to certainty. Balls are bashed, blasted, hammered. They don't just go deep. They go where we never thought a baseball could go.
This ball is kayaking!
The State Farm Home Run Derby, live from AT&T Park in San Francisco, July 9th at 8 Eastern on ESPN.
Get big arms, a ripped chest, and cut abs with the Perfect Push-Up. The Perfect Push-Up works with the natural rotation of your arms and shoulders to maximize results and minimize stress on your body. With the Perfect Push-Up, your hands, arms, and shoulders rotate 90 degrees, just like in a punch. All the energy of the push-up is captured and transmitted right where you want it, to the muscles. There's no wasted effort, just muscle-building movement. And as your arms rotate, you feel it work in your biceps, your triceps, your chest and abs, and your shoulders. Invented by a U.S. Navy SEAL and made with steel and a ball-bearing movement, it's the push-up perfected. So here's the deal. The Perfect Push-Up is only 2 payments of $19.95. When you order, you'll receive 2 Perfect Push-Up rotational handles, and you'll also receive the Navy SEAL-inspired Perfect Push-Up workout chart. You'll be ripped in no time. Get big fast. Call right now for the Perfect Push-Up.
Head coach Tim Markham, his team could have broken when they were 2-6 this season, and then it was the trip from Tampa to Austin, which really was a defining point. A 3-hour flight delayed. They missed their connection in Houston. They got to Houston at 1 o'clock on their way to Austin. There were bags missing when they got to the tarmac. They finally got on the bus, got on the road in the middle of the night a couple of hours later. Boom on the windshield. The bus, get this folks, actually hit an owl. At that time, a couple of coaches, including Coach Markham, woke up, saw a sign that said Waco 25 miles. They found out that the bus was going in the wrong direction. Coach Markham asked the bus driver, "Ma'am, could you please turn around?" They did. They finally got to their hotel room in Austin at 7 a.m. for a 3 o'clock afternoon game. They won the game when it would have been easy to fold the tent and let go of the rope.
And similar to planes, trains, and automobiles, the coaches said, "Listen, you're going the wrong way." The bus driver, she said, "No, I'm not. I'm going the right way, and I'm going to keep going that way." So another 2.5 hours on, makes a 4.5 hour ride. It should have been 2.5.
Incredible journey, but they ended up getting the win and improved to 3-6, and that was Dietz's first start. Bush brought down in the end zone. Good special teams work by Nazarudin.
And they'll be brought out to the 5-yard line. It's not a safety in arena football. The goal is to try to, you got to attempt to get it out. If you get tackled in the end zone, then the ball's brought out to the 2.5. So not a safety for Tampa, but a good way to cover, because right now, Tampa, on their scoring drives, long, methodical. Columbus is scoring quickly. So what you have to see happen now, boy, Tampa's got to do something defensively, get more pressure. Their secondary, the combination of getting some pressure on Nagy and slowing this Columbus offense down a little bit.
Nagy, pass complete at the 18-yard line. That's to Damian Gross. Picks up 14 on the play.
One thing that Columbus does a little different is they use Gross, which is their main wide receiver, to the short side of the field, not to the wide side of the field. Now, here's the short side of the field. But watch Nagy. He's going to do a good job of coming in here, Gross, and working to the middle of the field eventually. But they kind of highlight that wide receiver to the weak side of the field versus to the wide side of the field, where like Tampa Bay highlights that and Moore's team. So there's the short side of the field again, and that's where Gross is with the high motion.
Nagy back to pass. Completes it once again to the aforementioned Damian Gross. And interesting in speaking to Gross about that major adjustment, he says that it took them about until the midway point of the season to feel comfortable with that new role, maybe getting over the fact that he felt maybe he was being marginalized a little bit, reduced.
Yeah, now I tell you what they do too, and most players, when you think about coming to the weak side, you got to be very polished as a wide receiver, and reason they do that because they feel that they can take advantage of the weaker defensive back because the strength usually is to the wide side of the field. Therefore, they feel they get a better matchup on the weak side.
They come back to the weak side again, Merril, down to the 22-yard line. Gross once again. He said that, hey, I was used to playing in the middle of the field, being that middle receiver. And, well, he obviously made a nice adjustment because he got over 1,300 yards receiving this year in his 7th season in arena football.
1-2. Right swap. X zoom in. 52 hinge. X post on 1-2, ready?
Said that he loved the fact that Tampa Bay likes to play a lot of smack coverage, Merril, that press coverage on the corners.
Yeah.
Hoge. The pass incomplete, batted away by Alex Wallace. Good close on the ball that time. Talking about Damian Gross and his wonderful season. Over 1,300 yards and some key catches for Columbus and being able to turn their season around, especially late.
Yeah, and just because he plays to the weak side, and we saw that last little hitch route, does not mean they don't go vertical with him or create some explosive plays, because they will do that. In fact, he has learned how to create some of those deeper routes and be very effective.
Tied at 21, 2nd and 10. Hoge trying to get a ball flag. And Marshall, towards Marshall, telling his quarterback buddy, his newest quarterback buddy, don't ever try that again.
And one thing that we talked about at the beginning of this drive, the 2.5, Tampa was going to have to do a couple of things. Their secondary is going to have to play better, and the combination of their pass rush pressure, that has happened. Now they've got the midfield. The secondary was outstanding initially. Nowhere to throw the football for Nagy, and then the pressure eventually gets to Nagy.
3rd down and 10 coming up for Columbus. And the crowd coming alive here. Pass is complete. And a touchdown off the boards. Marcus Knight.
Boy, he fooled him too, didn't he? He went into the wall.
And you're still alive.
You're still alive as long as you haven't been touched. Did a great job of looking like he's giving himself up into the wall. And let's just see if he was touched. Knight does a great job of an in route. Nagy has the time. Now watch him as he goes into the wall. He is not down. I can see the argument there. I can see Shelley there.
Wallace, Alex Wallace actually looked like he may have touched him. Let's take one more look at it. His left hand right there.
Close.
He was
close.
Debating with the official on the spot that he may have touched him. Extra point good, but that quiets the crowd here. On the touchdown catch by Marcus Knight. He's come on a lot during the last couple of weeks. Made some big plays.
Let's get him across to the wall there. Now he's on the wall.
Right there.
You know, official missed that. You know, now one thing, because the field is so small, you try not to have a ton of officials. They got a lot of range they've got to work in. Probably just didn't see that.
Well, we can debate all we want, but you don't take those points off the board. Columbus up by 7.
How are they going to be able to look past this and focus on next Saturday's contest?
Official athletic retailer of the Arena Football League. Champ Sports, where sport lives.
Introducing the biggest stride in sports drinks in over 30 years. New Accelerate with protein. Proven to increase endurance up to 29% over your old sports drink. So while others fade, you can stay strong. Sweat smarter. Don't fade. Accelerate.
How important is it for
Let's go outside, get a breath of fresh air. Let's go outside, where I can kiss you on the lips, underneath the night.
Let's go outside. Coleman, the outdoor company.
Get in gear this summer. Enter the Coleman Great Gear Giveaway. For details, visit Coleman.com.
Back at the St. Pete's Times Forum here in Tampa, Columbus ahead by 7, 28-21 with 3:24 to go here in the first half. We're joined by Matt Nagy, the quarterback for the Columbus Destroyers. And Matt, during that last touchdown drive, your receiver, Damian Gross, was an integral part of that drive. How was he able to be as successful as he was?
Well, what we're doing with Damian right now is we're running a couple dig routes with him, and you know, a couple weeks ago when we played these guys, they were good at taking away the deeper posts and deeper corners. And so right now we're running those successfully. Marcus is doing a great job, and we just want to continue this.
What other adjustments have you made in comparison to several weeks ago, like you said, when you played them, that have allowed you guys to be successful?
I think we were trying to do too much. Last time we played them, we were trying to put in too many different formations, and we came into this week, let's just do what we do best. Let's not worry about what they do, and right now it's working, but there's a long ways to go yet in this game, obviously.
Torrance Marshall hit you pretty good on that last series. What did he say to you?
He said that stuff's not going to work against him, and he's a big linebacker, and I knew it probably wasn't going to work, but I tried it, and unsuccessfully.
Well, you had the last word on that last drive. Thanks a lot for joining us, Matt. We'll get back to you in a bit.
Thanks, guys.
I just had to ask that one. Torrance Marshall hit him, but Nagy had the last hit with the scoring. Off the bar, and Williams with flags down out to the 15-yard line. One more look at that touchdown. And off the boards, the catch. And the non-call, which led to the touchdown. Although it was close.
Yeah, you know, when we watch it, it's slow motion to get to see it, you know, over and over.
Catch interference, number 7 of the kicking team, inside the 5-yard line before the ball was touched by the defense. 5 yards to the end of the run, first down.
Yeah, so it's easy for us to go, hey, right. Touched him. You know, but, you know, it happens so fast. And see, these are some of the routes they're talking about. When you hear a dig route, these little deeper routes where they come in. Those are things that are being successful.
Good stuff.
And the one thing that Nagy has not done in this game, which can be his Achilles heel at times, is really pushing things and pressing things. He has not done that today.
Dietz completes the pass to Lawrence Samuels. And Samuels down to the 19-yard line where he's stopped by Gerald Brown. A first down and 10 coming up with under 3 minutes to go. Here is Columbus right now stoking the embers and flames of an upset, leading by 7 points. And remember that the winner of this game will move on. The loser goes home. If Columbus wins, they will play Dallas. If Tampa Bay wins, they play at Georgia.
And what you got to think before this first half is over. Tampa needs to score here, yes, but they've got to create a stop or a turnover before they go to halftime. They'd like to do that to kind of even the scoring up.
Into the end zone, touchdown, Samuels. An 18-yard score. Samuels got in behind Gerald Brown. They're a point away from tying it.
That was a big-time throw right there. Boy, you talk about on the money. When you see money throws, that was big time. Dietz is balling right now. I agree with you.
Sure is. And, you know, it was Samuels that he's one of the biggest backers and supporters of Brett Dietz. He says that teams found out early that they couldn't rattle their rookie quarterback. And that's certainly been the case here in the first half. Although he did have the one interception for a touchdown that went to Beret, Dietz has been unshakable since that point. Tied at 28. Since that interception, he is 6 for 6 passing the football.
Yeah, and you know, it's hard to be fundamentally sound in arena football as a quarterback. Your feet are always perfect, and you got to be able to be accurate off of that. Dietz has been able to do that. Kind of throws off his back foot right there. But boy, look, they're going to get a go route down the side here, and if you're going to make that throw, you would better put it where only your wide receiver can go make that catch. You see Columbus tried to adjust their coverage there, puts it in the outside shoulder, and next thing you know, you're celebrating. You're balling.
Samuels on the other end of that touchdown pass from Brett Dietz. And,
you know where I'm trying to go.
You know, you talk about great fortune. Dietz was in Tampa for just 3 days before he saw his first game action. Well-traveled, we mentioned that. Played over in Finland, professional football. And He was over there saying that at one point he needed one of the DBs on his team to come to the airport, phoned him up, said, hey, I need somebody to translate for me. His passport was expiring. He was there for 90 days. He had used it all up. He needed the DB to talk to the customs people to let him out of the country so he could come back in. It doesn't happen every day.
No, it doesn't. Well, you talk about an awful feeling getting stuck in another country. You can't speak that language. You're like, I'm going to be here a long time.
This is the fourth different tie of the ball game. This one at 28. Josh Bush on the kickoff return out of bounds at the 12-yard line. Columbus losers in 5 of the last 6 games coming in. Certainly not looking anywhere near that type of team here.
No.
They're the only team in the playoffs with a losing regular season record at 7-9.
Trips left. Wide zoom, 35 hit. You want to run a play? Yeah, let it go.
Hey, but keep in
mind. We're good. 1 minute. We should have run a play, right? Hey, right? No, I know, but we should have run a play before the 1 minute warning. Why? What's the matter? They got 3 timeouts. I know. Then we can make them use it.
I think they're discussing clock management.
Yeah,
there,
well, there's no question about that. And more than likely, Tampa wouldn't have used the timeout because they would have run the play and the clock would have moved to 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. Would have moved to 1 minute left on the clock, which now the rules do change. The clock will stop if the ball is incomplete. So managing the clock is going to be important here. Let's put the scenario where it is. Even though the score is tied, advantage Columbus right now because Columbus is going to get the ball in the second half. So that's going to be very important here. Now what they need to do is try to finish this last minute and score and get the ball in the second half as well.
When hot, molten rock, ash, and gases erupt and escape from deep below the surface, it often results in a touchdown. For those who have what it takes on the inside, Russell has what it takes on the outside.
Let's go outside, get a breath of fresh air. Let's go outside, where I can kiss you on the lips, underneath the net.
Let's go outside. Coleman, the outdoor company.
Sleep tight this summer. Get a Coleman airbed with the airtight system guaranteed not to leak.
Now on DVD.
This is our guy.
They set him up.
I didn't shoot the president.
He's taking them down.
This is about to get worse.
Mark Wahlberg in the action-packed DVD. Shooter. Own it now on DVD.
I heard that.
We'll leave the light on for you.
I'm Stan Verrett. Coming up on the SportsCenter halftime report presented by Mitsubishi Motors. One AFL playoff game already in the books. We'll show you highlights of the Souls win over the Predators last night. And with all the trade talk about Kobe Bryant and Kevin Garnett, there could be another big-time NBA star on the move. We'll tell you about Vince Carter's decision coming up at the half. Mark?
They have fired up the band here at the St. Back here at the St. Pete's Times Forum. Tied at 28 with a minute to go here in the first half. Columbus with possession. The Columbus Destroyers looking for the upset here today against Tampa Bay. And a first down beyond the 20 to Damian Gross. He picks up 10. Gross is their money receiver.
And he needs to be money here. What you're trying to do at the last minute, because the clock will stop as there's an incompletion. You have got to be able to manage this last minute. You're Columbus. You've already got 1 turnover. So if you can finish this half out with a score, you're going to get the ball in the second half.
On the screen here. How about swap X zoom hitch? Let's do this. Swap X crazy. 12 beer.
Skip Foster, the offensive coordinator.
And then they're trying to run the ball.
Your motion. Right swap. X crazy. You're going to end up going outside. 12 beer on 1. Ready?
The reason they're not trying to push the ball down the field is because they're trying to milk this clock. That's why they'll try to run the ball. Those screens. They don't want to score right now.
Clock management in the last minute of the game, so vital in arena football. They run it across midfield. That was Harold Wells. We saw a situation last week. Tampa Bay here at home in the final regular season game against Austin. What they did was have Tampa Bay not score purposely. Their quarterback, Brett Dietz, actually stopping at the 1-yard line so as to not score too early.
Second and 6. Left wide zoom, X, quick screen left.
So you're seeing veers, they're running screens, they're not pushing the ball down the field. Because let's go back to the turnover. This first half is all about that Columbus turnover where they were able to generate it from Tampa. They end up scoring off of that. Now, if they can do that and score in this first half without giving it back to Tampa, they're going to do a little, the tight end's here, he's going to do a little quick screen to the left side, similar to how they scored the touchdown.
On 2nd and 5, little receiver screen, and a nice play, well executed for a first down to Josh Bush. They pick up the first down, milk a little bit more clock. Remember, in the last minute of the half, the clock stops.
When you look at the quarterback comparison to this point, I mean, it's pretty even. The one difference really in this whole game right now is that interception when Tampa was ready to score. Columbus intercepts it, returns it for the touchdown. And that is why Columbus, it is so important right here to seize control of this game, to manage this last 42 seconds with the score and give Tampa very little time.
Another running play. And another strong run by Wells, using up a little bit more clock and moving it down inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. He picked up 6 and got a timeout called now.
Well, this is a good job right here. Great job of, first of all, blocking, then running behind your pads, breaking a tackle, getting extra yards, and moving it. One other thing in arena football at the last minute, you have to get positive yards or the clock automatically stops. So if you're Columbus, that's very important. When you run the football, you better get an inch because you don't want to help Tampa. You want to force Tampa to take their timeouts. And that's what they're doing right now. They're forcing all their timeouts by getting positive yards.
Left, Z flop, Z bubble screen left, no more, ready?
Second meeting of the season between these two teams. Tampa Bay winning the first one 34-32 earlier this year, the midpoint of the season.
We get a little Gross, a little screen here.
Pass complete. And Gross out of bounds at the 2.5-yard line. Great chemistry between Gross and Nagy. In fact, the two of them first met back in New York during a tryout, an open tryout. And after Nagy threw about 7 or 8 touchdown passes to Gross, the coaches took them both in the back office, said, no more trial for you guys. Sign right here. It was over.
That's good evaluation. That's a great job by Gross of getting the first down, getting 4 downs now. Now, with 31 seconds, Columbus is not going to try to punch it in. If they're in a situation, they'll try to go down.
And they run it again. Well, looked like they may have scored anyway even if they didn't want to.
Take that back.
Correa with his second touchdown of the game. This one on the offensive side of the ball.
Boy, good job of managing the clock, Took nearly 36 seconds off, but you still have 24 left, so there's plenty of time for Tampa to score. Good job of really managing the clock by running the football, the short screens that never pushed it down the field.
But we have seen.
Yeah, I am a little surprised that they didn't try to, go down there, not get in the end zone, because here was the scenario. With Tampa having no timeouts, you could have almost taken that down to the last snap or two, and Tampa never would have gotten the ball back. It's the risk that you run if you don't score.
Yeah. We've seen...
but the way they've run the football, I would have felt confident you could do that.
Yeah. The team this year actually overmanaged the clock at the end of the game, trying not to score on purpose, then couldn't score when they wanted to, and subsequently lost the football game. That extra point is good. And Tim Markham, the winningest coach in Arena Football League history, a little bit maybe concerned about the plight of his team right now. The favorites coming in, winners in 7 of their last 8. and right now on the short end of a 35-28 score.
We heard Coach Markham say they're not going to onside kick, and he's dead on. There's no need to onside kick if you're Columbus. Now, if Tampa would have scored, I guarantee you Tampa was going to onside. And if they do score quick, they will onside because it comes down to that turnover. Tampa's playing catch-up now, being behind by score, but also in possessions. This may be Tampa's last possession because start of the second half, Columbus getting the ball right back.
Well, in arena football, 26 seconds can be an eternity.
It sure can. Now,
if Columbus wins, they move on to take on Dallas. If Tampa Bay wins, they will travel to Georgia. And head coach Doug Kay in his first ever playoff game as a head coach. And on the positive end of things right now, leading by 7 points with 26 seconds to go.
The one other thing I'll say about a turnover, I'd rather have it early in the game than late, because at least you have time to make up for that turnover. And Tampa does have time.
Carl Williams on the kickoff return. Looking for an alley and found one. Williams down to the 19-yard line in Columbus territory. And that only used up 7 seconds. Now, Edwards with a good block.
If you're Columbus, you're like, why didn't we onside kick?
Let's run trip slap yo-yo. Beat the double post. Hey, Brett.
Dietz with a good opportunity here with 20 seconds to go.
Run a bench.
35-yard kickoff return by Williams. Williams in his first year in arena football.
Left, waggle, 50 bench on 2. Ready?
Little bootleg action here.
Yeah, they're going to move him out. It's a little deeper draw, too, for him.
Go!
The short side of the field, the pass complete. Down to the 6-yard line, Hank Edwards.
So now if you're Tampa with 17 seconds, boy, now you do pump it in. You got to get it into the end zone as quick as you can so you can onside kick. Good little bench route. That bench try to get to the outside. They're going to try to stay away from the middle of the field because they have no timeouts.
Left waggle,
right
50,
now.
wingo, backside on 1. Ready?
So all of these routes are going to be in the end zone. They cannot afford to get 2 or 3 yards.
First and goal. Receivers got jammed up at the line of scrimmage, and Dietz dangerously threw into heavy traffic. Heflin almost had himself a pick.
You said that right.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Boy, they were physical up front, boy.
He stays outside.
Go. They're pressing. Go left. Let's go. Trips left. Yo-yo. Zigo 5. 50 Zigo backside. Hurry up.
11 seconds to go in the first half.
Trips left, yo-yo, 50, Zigo backside on 2, ready?
The one thing when you hold all the wide receivers here, boy, you try to get routes over here to the backside. That's where you can get some people open.
Dietz pulls the trigger, and it's incomplete, and a flag down on the play. Might have a pass interference here. Gerald Brown on the coverage.
Remember earlier we talked about the jack linebacker leaving too early, and I think that's what they're going to call here. The jack linebacker must stay in the box.
Before the pass was thrown, holding defense number 4. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
This is that box we're talking about, although the penalty wasn't there. And that jack linebacker has got to stay in that box area. Now, he does a pretty good job. You see, once the ball's thrown, he can drive on it. Boy, I tell you what, you're on a fine line there, baby. But you can see that the composure that you have to have. You got to stay within that box.
Listening to Tim Markham, the head coach, and his quarterback, Brett Dietz.
Goal line double post.
You know why it took so long there? Because the field is so tight here. There's not a lot of routes you can call.
What do you have, time for 2 plays maybe here?
50, goal line double post on 1. Ready?
3?
I don't think there's any question. I mean, with 12 seconds, yeah, you got plenty of time for 3. Maybe 4 if it comes to that.
Maybe 2 series.
Go!
Into the end zone, touchdown! Shaw. Shaw with 8.6 seconds to go in the half.
Boy, great job by Shaw getting the separation. They're getting physical with them down there, and the timing of it all. And Dietz, I mean, there was one place you could put that ball, and he put it right there. Look at outside and away from that defender.
That was Shaw's 3rd touchdown of the game. Dietz's 4th passing touchdown of the game. Hey, one of the questions that begged coming into this contest was, how would the rookie Brett Dietz, who became the starter midway through the regular season, react in this his first career playoff game? Would he suffer from stage fright? Would he be nervous? Would he be able to handle the adversity and the fierce pass rush led by Ken Jones? Ken Jones has been, dare I say, a non-factor in the game so far.
I think Kennedy doing a great job. You know what comes interesting now, Mark? 9.6 seconds. Do you onside kick? Here's the risk. If you onside kick it, you give Columbus a quick opportunity for a field goal or a quick score. I believe if you're Tampa, you got to kick this one deep. You stop bleeding right now. Don't give them an opportunity. Yes, you could recover it, but if you recover, you're going to have maybe one shot to get it in the end zone. So just as far as strategically thinking, I think you kick this thing deep.
See what head coach Tim Markham decides to do.
Yeah, the time that dictates that is the time. Say there was 19, 20 seconds, then you onside kick. But I think with 6, I still think it's a gamble. Because if you don't get it, Columbus has an immediate field goal at least.
In arena football, the onside kick is a very regular occurrence.
And they are lining up. Yeah, they are lining up like it's going to be an onside kick. Yeah, that's the smarter move. Squib kick it, yeah.
And out of bounds, Beret at the 23-yard line stops it with 5 seconds to go. They're going to try and maybe take a shot at it.
Oh, you got to
kick a field goal here.
Let's go double post X in with David. You want to go for it here? Double post X in. X in. Okay. Left trips.
Hey, we need one out there.
Matt Nagy, the quarterback for Columbus. Played in the Arena Bowl championship game a couple of years ago with Georgia.
Left trips. Y zoom. 53 double post. Hey, X in on 2-on-2. Ready?
A field goal from this distance would be about 42 yards out.
And Saunders is on the wide side. He will come in, but they're going to try to go down the field and score.
Nagy completes it to number 2, David Saunders, a.k.a. Smooth.
I caught it. He just didn't run it.
Yeah,
I don't think that's working right there because the time would have ran off. That's a 5-second play.
Yeah,
Run an X in.
2 seconds to go, and now in comes the place kicker, Peter Martinez.
I wanted to see how they were going to play Bush and DT. I thought DT was out.
Yeah, see, Saunders was supposed to go in, but Saunders is like, I'm going to stay out.
Good job, Smooth.
That's right.
Smart, Smooth.
That's where I've got all the player, the coach has all the power, but no control. Once you call a play, and I think it was a smart move because you got some positive yards and make this an easier field goal attempt.
Peter Martinez from 33 yards out. And he misses it to the left, and that's the end of the first half of play. Knotted at 35 apiece. Matt Nagy.
Let's go, man. We got to speed
trying to rally his troops.
Like that. Call timeout if we need it.
Couldn't squeeze any more points out of that last possession. And Brett Dietz, the rookie, making his first playoff appearance. Tied at 35. The Sports Center halftime presented by Mitsubishi is coming up after these messages.
Come on, let's go.
Honey? I think this might be our lucky day.
I think it might be.
I think this is what we've been waiting for.
I think it is. Yes! It turned blue!
Introducing the Coors Light Cold Activated Bottle. The mountains turn from white to blue when your beer reaches the perfect temperature.
It's blue like your eyes.
My eyes are green!
Only from Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Why would we put a Sport Tune suspension and magnesium paddle shifters on a Lancer? Not a lap?
Let's do it.
Because rally-inspired Mitsubishi Lancer.
Tough day for Longhorns fans as they've now squandered a 21-point lead focus on next Saturday's contest.
Official athletic retailer of the Arena Football League. Champ Sports, where sport lives.
We believe in going our own way, no matter which way the rest of the world is going. We don't believe it should take a lifetime of working for the man to ride with us. Low monthly payments available through July 31st. Starting MSRP for 2007 models is $6,595.
Welcome to the Sports Center Halftime Report, presented by Mitsubishi.
The Storm had won 4 in a row coming in. The Destroyers had lost 5 of 6 coming in, and they're the only team with a losing record in the playoffs, but they're all knotted up in Tampa Bay at 35 apiece right now. And with that, we welcome you into the Sports Center Halftime Report presented by Mitsubishi Motors. I'm Stan Verrett. We got one playoff game already in the books. Last night, the Philadelphia Soul had the first home playoff game in franchise history against the Orlando Predators, the team that knocked them out of the playoffs last year. Tony Graziani back and healthy for Philadelphia. The screen pass to Charles Pauly. Pauly does the rest. Philadelphia up 17-14. They were knotted at 20 at the half. Third quarter, Philly down 3, but in Orlando territory again. As Graziani got roughed up by Orlando last year in the playoffs. Throws this one to J.J. McKelvey, who gets big and makes the grab. Philadelphia up 27-23. Fourth quarter, they're up 34-26. It's Graziani again, this time to Jerry and James. And the Philly defense was stout all night long. They win at 41-26. So they win their first round playoff match. They advance to the divisional round of the Arena Football League playoffs. Game 2 of our doubleheader coming up a little bit later. The upstart Kansas City Brigade hosting a playoff game in just their second year of existence. Colorado comes to town reeling after losing 4 straight to end the season. You saw Damian Harrell, one of the most exciting players in the AFL, 4th in the AFL with 47 touchdowns this season. John Elway has 2 rings as a player in the NFL. He's looking for a second in 3 years as an owner in the AFL. His Colorado Crush take on the Brigade. That game kicks off at 3 p.m. Eastern here on ESPN. Meanwhile, we're wired for some of the sounds of the first half of our first game in Tampa Bay.
I know you watching, Merril. I'm not a superstar. Just do what I do, baby. Worker, hard hat, trench digger, security. That's all I do.
It's a game. Have some fun. I guarantee you will win. Be physical. Win on 3, 1, 2, 3. You can see a defensive end lined up wide, but you can't see him grabbing and holding us down there in the goal line.
I saw one that I called, sir. Good job, Marcus. Good job. Hey, good stuff. Wellesley, way to sell that. Way to be patient and sell that.
We got it going on.
And welcome back, everyone, to the St. Pete's Times Forum here in Tampa, Florida. The Tampa Bay Storm and the Columbus Destroyers knotted at 35 apiece. It's all part of the wild card weekend here in the AFL. Hello, everybody. I'm Mark Jones along with Merril Hoge. Intriguing first half, Merril Hoge, when you look at the offensive efficiency of both teams, especially Columbus to a point, a team that came into this one losers in 5 of the last 6, but looking sharp.
I'd agree. Almost a flawless game. And the reason I say almost, there's just been one flaw, and that has been the interception Tampa threw, Dietz threw down there when they had an opportunity to score, and Columbus, Beret intercepts it and goes the distance. That's the only difference in this game. Although the score is tied, Columbus is going to get the ball in the second half, and that is the difference. Now Tampa will be playing catch-up.
And speaking of catch-up, Brett Dietz, they thought maybe he'd have a little stage fright coming in. He has been unshakable and unflappable after the first half of play. Time now for our behind-the-scenes look and our Discover All Access.
I told you, first half, just play like you could play. BJ, come on. And things will happen. Don't overdo it. Focus. Play a game like we have been and be physical, and we'll win. Trust me. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3. Win. Somebody make a play. Let's win this damn thing. Win. 1, 2, 3. Win. Let's get this right here, man.
Both coaches keeping it relatively simple. The mission is pretty simple. Make a play and win it.
Yeah, you hear Leroy Thompson there. You know, he's a seasoned vet in arena football. I remember back in the Albany days when ESPN was covering arena football. Won championships there. He's a great leader, understands that they do have the advantage with that turnover. Now, what they've got to do is put the pressure on Tampa. They've got to score now. They've got to score, make Tampa try to play catch-up.
Leroy Thompson, the guy that gets all up in people's kitchen and in their grill when something needs to be said. As far as the Columbus Destroyers go, Columbus receiving the kickoff here to begin the second half of play. Josh Bush with a decent return out near the 15-yard line. Brought down by Carl Williams. First down and 10 for quarterback Nagy. Matt Nagy. Pretty good numbers in the first half.
Boy, look at this. The first meeting, 32 points total. First half today, 35.
Right, Z zoom, 54, go. Z dig, wide drag on 2, ready?
Well, I told you the short side of the field. They're going to still see if Gross can go deep. They're going to still try to use some explosive plays on him.
Nagy going downfield. And it's incomplete out of bounds. Intended for David Saunders. Nagy upset about something down on the field. Nagy, a 5-year pro out of Delaware.
Yeah, you know, what will be interesting in the second half is adjustments that have been made. And it looks like
the defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Tampa making some adjustments there, maybe trying to switch up their coverage a little more, play a little more zone, not give up that explosive play. Because in the first half, Columbus, they'd score and they scored quick with a lot of explosive plays.
Right, Y zoom, 54 hits, Y stop on 2, ready?
Tampa Bay hasn't been able to slow the Destroyers yet. But the same can be said of Columbus's defense against Tampa's offense. And more flags down to the field. Nagy's been given plenty of time.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense number 69. 5-yard penalty, first down.
We're talking about Nagy having a lot of time to throw. Columbus only giving up 13 sacks on the season. And, you know, maybe the biggest surprise of the season up on that offensive line has been the rookie out of Louisville, Will Rabatine. Coach Doug Kay says that he is the most pleasant surprise on the offensive side of the ball all year. There he is, snapping the ball.
A brand new offensive line for him, though. 2 rookies on that offensive line, and they've started to come together.
Good protection once again. The pass complete. Flag down once again. And that was Marcus Knight into Tampa Bay territory at the 23, but will this play stand?
Pass interference, offense number 13. After distance to the goal, still first down.
Well, no wonder he got open, huh, Merril? Bit of a sloppy start here to the second half.
And Doug Kay saying, are you kidding me? What?
That's gotta be, wow,
yeah.
what are you looking at?
Boy, watch Nagy. I just talked about their offensive lines really coming together. The floodgates open.
Marshall got a little pressure on. Marshall a couple of times has gotten into Nagy today.
Right swap, X zoom, 52 go, Y stop, Z bench on 1, ready?
That was Columbus's 8th penalty, and Doug Kay saying, hey, come on, guys, let's get it going.
Here. See, the bench route is going to come in here, but they're going to try to get that deep route to clear it out. Then get that clear route.
They throw it downtown once again, and a little contact. That's going to be pass interference, maybe against Alex Wallace.
I gotta tell you, just initially that just looked like some guys got their feet tangled up. It did not look like pass interference.
That's what I think.
Pass interference, defense number 9. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
You know, let's look at it again. But
they just ran into each other.
That's what I thought. It is. I didn't see any hands go on, but this could be the difference between why I'm up here and I'm not an official, right? Let's see.
Got a little bit of right arm.
I can see what yes. You know, that's why we do it up here. That's why we get a replay to correct ourselves and compliment the officials on a great call.
Those great officials.
Those hands, yes. Wonderful officials, outstanding
fake
officials.
26, or Y zoom, fake 26Z, backslash screen left on 1, ready? Hurry!
This half, we've had 4 penalties already.
They're trying to get a backside screen over here.
Nothing happening. And that play imploded from the beginning. Tim McGill got in there and kind of blew things up.
That might be our fan right
lucky
there,
fan of the game.
Wasn't the design call? You don't want to really throw it to the stands, but actually that was a really smart play by Nagy, if not forcing that or making a silly decision. So give it to Aaron's lucky fan.
Yeah, and here's today's lucky fan of the game. Our Aaron's lucky fan. That fan just won a chance to go to the Arena Bowl coming up in New Orleans later this summer.
Well, wait a minute. Who's the lucky fan there? There's the lucky fans. The lucky family.
On 2nd and 10, Nagy. No pressure, but he overshoots his receiver, Gross. And it's 3rd down coming up. 10 yards to go. Damian Gross slowed down by injuries a little bit earlier this season. Actually missed 2 weeks before recently coming back. Had a separated shoulder, a shoulder that he says will not require surgery after the season. That's somewhat surprising when it comes to shoulder injuries. Nagy shouldering the offensive burden right now on 3rd and long.
And you got Knight who's going to make a comeback. Try to get a first down.
More flags down and incomplete. Intended for Bush again.
Really, Tampa had the right coverage there. The depth of that comeback by Knight was sitting right there. So, his only adjustment was kind of make an outbreak.
Offside, defense number 93. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
That's
that gives you some new life. Yeah.
Yep. Keeps things alive.
Not a mistake you want to make down there. That line up offsides, that's a mental error.
Columbus looking for another opportunity. They come into this playoff 7-9, the same record that Chicago had last year, 7-9, before Chicago won 4 consecutive postseason games on their way to an Arena Bowl championship.
See, even players forget the snap count in a short period of time.
On 3rd and 5, open in the end zone, incomplete, and that's going to be pass interference.
Yep. And that one I have no question because Johnson went to it right away. He knew he was beat and knew the ball was coming.
Intended for Damian Gross.
Pass interference, defense number 5, 10 yards from the previous spot, automatic first down.
That's against Jeroy Johnson, the reigning defensive player of the week.
You know what? You're beat. Johnson knows he's beat. He knows the ball's coming in because you can see it in that wide receiver's eyes. And he mistimes it, but he does the right thing. You know what? Give him 10 yards, not a touchdown. That's ultimately what happens there by Johnson's decision.
That's a good decision.
Yeah,
that's the 6th flag of this half. The 4th penalty against Tampa Bay. There's a little receiver screen, nothing happening. They rule it incomplete. Incomplete at the 21-yard line. Lawrence Marshall, a little premature in his celebration, but a fan got a free football.
Actually, the quick screen was actually the right kind of call based on the coverage that Tampa was in. Because look at this line of scrimmage. Everybody aligned here. So if you get a block here, you get somebody right down that alley. But Tampa did a great job. Defensive line to respond. Look how they fan out there. Getting off blocks, not getting your blocks. But really, if you're going to try to run a screen like that, if you can get guys on the line of scrimmage, get them blocked in a man situation, boy, you just get past the line of scrimmage and you're gone.
Nagy with his first completion. Prior to that play, they didn't have any offensive yards this half, with 3 incompletions and 6 penalties total.
This has been an about face for Columbus. First half, score quick, 2 or 3 plays, score. And now Tampa's made some adjustments and making it harder on them.
52 pass, rolling 2, ready?
3rd and 5 coming up. Usually a time he likes to look for Damian Gross. And what do you know? More flags. That's the 7th penalty of this 3rd quarter. Things have grounded to a halt here.
Contact.
overlooking head coach Tim Markham for the Tampa Bay Storm, the winningest coach in Arena football history. He's participated in 10 Arena Bowl championships, has won 7 of them. Ball down at the 9. With all the penalties, they've got it in scoring position.
Yeah. This is a big down, though. Better get this first down. Boy, good job by Tampa.
Hand it off to the fullback, Harold Wells, and it's going to be real close.
Very close.
Depends on the spot.
Well, they didn't even. Their Marcus Bishop come running in with his fist closed, indicating 4th down.
No way is that 4th.
Well, you hear how Nagy feels about it.
Yeah, you got to call for an official measurement here. You don't get a lot of those in arena football. You really don't.
Harold Wells on the carry. Wells led the team in rushing this year, 5th overall in Arena football in rushing with 13 touchdowns this year, but not sure he got there.
Uh-oh, there's gambling going down on the field down there.
He really went out on a limb.
Yeah.
He owes somebody a quarter.
Yeah. I don't know if he's got his pocketbook with him, but I'll be looking up Nagy a little later after the game.
Hope he's got good credit. 4th down and inches coming up for Columbus on this, their opening drive of the 3rd quarter. A Columbus win, and they would take on Dallas.
Sell it! Right trips! Wide plunge! 23 naked! Eagle arrow!
Nagy, little bootleg, nowhere to go. Up for grabs. And it's broken up, maybe by a fan. I think the fan made the defensive play on that series. Saunders was the intended receiver.
Well, I'll tell you this, that was outstanding defensive end play by Tom Briggs. I mean, you heard Nagy say sell it, because they were going to sell that and move it around so you had an option to throw it or run it. And the only guy that wasn't fooled was Briggs on the left defensive end.
David Saunders saying that one of the fans encroached on his space right there to break up the play. He might have a bit of an argument there. Saunders, former member of the Tampa Bay Storm, those used to be his fans. Now they're the opposing fans.
I was picking up our son from school. One of my neighbors saw the gardener hanging around the back door. We don't have a gardener, but we do have ADT. Its home security is so good it actually helps stop break-ins from happening.
A single ADT system can help protect your home and loved ones from burglary, fire, and carbon monoxide. So call now and save up to $200 on an ADT protection package.
ADT works. Just ask the bad guys.
ADT. Always there.
DW, you're going to love the changes that David and I have made to the Aaron's Dream Machine. Comfortable reclining seat, onboard computer, awesome sound system.
It's a rolling Aaron's store.
The Aaron's car of tomorrow.
If you want brand new name brand furniture, electronics, appliances, and computers all in one place and with no credit checks, shop Aaron's.
Hey, Mikey, where do you want these?
In the car, of course.
You know, Mikey, I'm starting to like this car.
Do the math. Nobody beats Aaron's.
All in perfect harmony. The all-new 2007 Eclipse Spider. Mitsubishi, driven to thrill.
We got it going on.
ESPN's telecast of Russell Athletic Arena football is brought to you by ADT, America's residential and commercial security leader. Aaron's, with over 1,400 stores nationwide, everyone is a lucky dog at Aaron's. And Mitsubishi Motors, driven to thrill. Never know what's going to pop out of the stand or in the stands at an arena football game. Tied at 35, and Benevolent Sky outside, inside, tied at 35 on the scoreboard. And Tampa Bay Storm's defense came up with a critical stop. They don't happen often.
That stop is equivalent to a turnover. And remember, Columbus has already got their turnover, returned it for a touchdown. Tampa needed that one to even this up.
First down and 10 coming up the other way. Dietz fires incomplete 4 rows up. As we go back to that last play, and who exactly broke it up?
Well, it's going to be Tom Briggs, but remember Nagy in the huddle, he said, listen, sell it. The reason, because of that boot action, you got to get everybody influenced. Watch this. Everybody's coming here, but not Tom Briggs. He's playing his position. He stayed at home. It may sound like a cliche, but he did his job. And if he doesn't do his job, that's going to be a first down for Columbus. Tom Briggs broke that baby up.
And boy, Tampa Bay's offense doing what Trend has dictated here in the third quarter. Another penalty.
Prior to the snap, false start, 75 offense. Half the distance to the goal, still second down.
6 penalties against Tampa Bay here in the third quarter.
I've never been in a halftime locker room, right? I'm in the locker room at halftime. We talked about penalties being our adjustment in the second half. But both of these drives have been penalty-oriented.
The total yardage situation.
Left yo-yo, 80 Poco on 2, ready?
Dietz starting quarterback, became the starter midway through the regular season, has gone 7-1 as the starter. Given time and completes the pass out to the 12-yard line to Hank Edwards out of Texas Southern. He's a rookie brought down by B.J. Beret. Beret has a touchdown on an interception in this game. 8-yard pickup by Edwards. All at the 12-yard line.
Left yo-yo, 50 Poco on 2, ready?
Left.
Guys won't forget the play, huh?
Post or corner, that's going to be shy. He's going to go post or corner. They're going to give him the option. He's going to work to the middle of the field.
And wide open, a good decision. Pinned against the boards. That means it's a dead play. Terrell Shaw out of bounds, but he picks up a first down at the 17, picking up 21.
You know, Shaw's one of those very disciplined route runners. You can trust him. And early in the first half, that is exactly what Dietz did. He trusted him. He threw the ball where only he could make the catch, and he made some spectacular ones. Tore it away from the defender, fought through the defender. Really was a big-time player for them in the first half. And, to win this game, he's going to have to be like that in the second half. He is their go-to guy. He's a polished route runner, and he's a very difficult guy to defend because of all that.
Leading receiver yardage-wise with over 1,400, trying to add to the total, and broken up nicely in the end zone by Heflin. Brandon Heflin got up there out of Toledo.
Dangerous. Boy, when you get a defender and you pin that wide receiver up on the wall, we can stop it right there. I mean, where that ball's got to be is just a little higher and outside, and only the receiver has a shot at it. When it's underthrown a little bit, it's danger.
Is it almost like using the sideline, but in this case, using the boards as an extra defender?
It's an extra defender for you. Absolutely.
Approaching 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
They're going to do the post corner over here again with Shaw.
Go!
There he goes, Shaw. Couldn't haul it in. Broken up once again, this time by the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, Gerald Brown.
You know why he's one of the best, or the best in all of arena football? Because early on, there was some separation there. He did a good job of driving. And look how he used the left hand first and brought that right hand late.
Gerald
He got there just a tad early, but, I think the timing of it, pretty good.
Yeah,
left yo-yo.
Out of Glenville. A great story. Didn't become the starter in Columbus until midway through last season. And became the Defensive Player of the Year. Actually, 2 years ago became the starter. In 06 had a breakout season. Drive down to the play. It's caught. And they're going to rule it short of the end zone by about a foot. Lawrence Samuels made the grab. And he picked up 16 to put them in scoring range. Will it stand?
Illegal defense. Linebacker number 9 out of the box. Penalty is declined. Result of the play is a first down.
Well, you see Shelley there. We talked about it earlier in the game. The jack has to stay in a certain confined area. See him right there? He cannot go outside that area. Cheated right there. But the official's doing a good job of seeing that.
First down and goal coming up. Neither team has scored in the third quarter after a high-scoring first half. 10 touchdowns in the first half, none so far here. And they change that quickly with the score. Torrance Marshall.
We're just going flat lid, that's all right.
With 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter, Tampa Bay with the lead now.
Well, you like to get an alley when you're down here, a seam. We call this a gaping hole. That's, oh my. I think both of us could have scored at the same time on that one.
And it was Torrance Marshall last week in the game here at home against Austin that scored the game-winning touchdown, a game that went down to the final moments before it was finally decided.
This one has a feel of that.
It sure does.
The final minutes.
Back and forth. There have been 5 different ties, and that one goes in off of the upright.
Stays there.
Back with more after this.
Ball got stuck in it.
Excuse me, Poppy. Hey, what's up? I know you're busy. Love to meet my family.
Sure.
Big Sox fans. My dad, Ed.
Hi, Ed. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Mom, Mary.
Hi, Mary. It's a pleasure.
And that's my little sis, Christine.
Christine.
Hi.
Hey, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you guys.
Thanks. Thanks, Poppy.
Nice meeting you.
Let's go look at the studio.
You've got one on your tail.
They gaming on me?
Not a chance. Isn't Esurance one of the fastest growing auto insurance companies in America?
You bet. Thousands of drivers switch to Esurance every week.
So why does Esurance cruise past the competition?
With some of the fastest quotes on the web, Esurance makes auto insurance easy.
And you can print your insurance cards instantly.
Quote by print.
Finish line.
If you're on the go, you gotta have Esurance.
Get your fast, free auto insurance quote. Visit Esurance.com today.
Now, get big arms, a ripped chest, and cut abs with the Perfect Push-Up. The Perfect Push-Up works with the natural rotation of your arms and shoulders to maximize results and minimize stress on your body. With the Perfect Push-Up, your hands, arms, and shoulders rotate 90 degrees, just like in a punch. All the energy of the push-up is captured and transmitted right where you want it. Your biceps, your triceps, your chest and abs, and your shoulders. The Perfect Push-Up is only 2 payments of $19.95. Call now or go to perfectpushup.com.
42-35, Tampa Bay with the lead. After that touchdown run by Torrance Marshall a few moments ago, 3:01 to go here in the third quarter. If Tampa Bay wins, they will play next week in Georgia. If Columbus wins, they will move on to play in Dallas. Dallas gets the lower seeded of the remaining teams. Dallas in the midst of a real hot streak right now. And last night in Arena Football League action, Philadelphia eliminating Orlando from postseason play. Nobody knows more about postseason play than Tim Markham right there, the head coach of the Tampa Bay Storm. Winningest coach in Arena Football League history. Has more playoff wins than any other coach as well. Here's the kick. Bush on the return, and he'll have to watch this one. Another timeout down on the field. We'll be back with more right after this.
Introducing the biggest stride in sports drinks in over 30 years. New Accelerate with protein. Proven to increase endurance up to 29% over your old sports drink. So while others fade, you can stay strong. Sweat smarter. Don't fade. Accelerate.
Want to see something cool? Motel6.com is the easiest place to book a great room online. See, when you start in the right spot, everything else just kind of falls into place. We'll leave the light on for you.
Now, chase him down, kill him. Mark Wahlberg. I didn't start it, but I mean to see it through. In Shooter, own the DVD critics call a surefire thriller in the tradition of the Bourne Identity. Shooter, own it now on DVD. Why would we put a sport-tuned suspension and magnesium paddle shifters on a Lancer?
Another lap? Let's do it.
Because the all-new rally-inspired Mitsubishi Lancer.
Welcome back, everyone, to the St. Pete's Times Forum with Tampa Bay leading Columbus by 7 points. Things have slowed down somewhat offensively here in the third quarter. And we're joined by quarterback Brett Dietz.
Hey, Brett, at halftime, what kind of adjustments did you guys make based on what Columbus is doing to you in the secondary?
They're mixing up their coverages and doing some things to our motion on our Detroit play, and we just kind of fixed that, and we're just kind of going to call plays according to what we think they're going to run.
In this second half, anybody want to highlight?
I can't say. You got to look at them all. I don't have a go-to guy right now. That's a good thing about me. I can throw to all four guys, all four of the receivers. You know, we don't single anybody out. I'm just going to throw it to the open guy.
How well has your offensive line played thus far?
Oh, unbelievable today. Unbelievable today against this great defensive line.
All right, thanks a lot, Brett. I'm sure you'll be taking them out for a couple burgers after this one if they keep up the good work.
For sure.
That pass complete out near midfield at the 21-yard line. Nice toss by Nagy to Marcus Knight. They picked up 15 for the first down with 2.5 minutes to go in the period.
Yeah, you know, Tampa's done some things up front trying to adjust their coverages. They're trying to jam people up front and get away and get to other coverage spots. That time they're just late. They just executed a little late. I think the timing of the thing was right.
54 goes. See Hicks on 2. Ready?
Matt Nagy, who played in the AFL championship game with Georgia.
Well, they're going to try to get that go route mean and then look for a hitch route over here if it's not there.
They're looking to come back to the backside. Wide open. It's caught. And it's going to be a touchdown, but there's a flag down at the 21.
We'll
Damian Gross all alone that time, Merril.
That is in-play adjustment.
Defense, linebacker number 10 out of the box. That penalty has declined. Touchdown.
You talk about room service. That was everything but the chocolate on your pillow at night.
You got that right. You know, and actually, Tampa had that covered beautifully because Gross was going to just run the hitch route, but he sees that they're covering him, so he just makes the adjustment. And so did Nagy. Nagy comes back, so he wants to throw the hitch, and Gross says, I'm covered. Just automatically took off. Great adjustment. That's where you talk about chemistry. That's chemistry right there. When things are covered, they're not what you want them to be, and both adjust and know immediately what each other's going to do.
It is an unbreakable, unshakable chemistry that has been formed between those two, Damian Gross and Matt Nagy, going back to the time they played together at Carolina in New York. They're at a New York tryout together. The coaches there pulled them out of the tryout early, pulled them into the back office, and signed them immediately to a contract, and the two have been each other's biggest backers ever since. And right on that play, they tie the game at 42.
Yep, and a big, quick, explosive play. You hear so much about chemistry. That's probably the greatest example you could ever show somebody of what chemistry does, how you instinctively react.
Matt Nagy set a quarterbacking record this year for Columbus with 75 touchdowns.
23 naked. See the lay arrow.
And his great leadership. You know, it's funny, his best friend there, Damian Gross, who threw the touchdown pass, says he's quiet at times, but in the locker room, he'll brag about how he can dunk on anybody, whether it's a basketball pickup game or he swears he's the biggest card shark in the locker room when they play Tonk.
It's the Tonk King, he said.
But Columbus coming in at 7-9, looking anything but a 7-9 team, and they hold on to the fact that Chicago last year was 7-9 going into the postseason and ended up winning everything. This kick off the screen, it's live, fielded and brought out to the 1-yard line by Shaw. And Matt Nagy joins us from the sidelines right now. Matt, how were you guys able to regain your offensive composure after a slow start there to begin the third quarter?
Yeah, it wasn't easy. They made us run a lot of plays there in that first possession in the second half there, and we were kind of exhausted. But we came out here, and that was a big drive we just had, and Damian made a good conversion with Jeroy coming down on the hitch, and we were able to take advantage of the score.
What makes the chemistry between yourself and Damian so special?
We just trust each other. We played together in the past, fast, and it's about believing in each other. And when things go bad, we stick together. When things go wrong, we complement each other. So it's a lot of fun.
What's it going to take to close this game out and get an advantage?
Well, this game's about stops, and we get a couple stops, and we score. We have to score offensively the rest of the game. We have to score every time we get the ball, not a field goal. We need 6 points and touchdowns. So I think we can do that, and I know our defense is going to come through right here.
All right, thanks a lot, Matt, for joining us.
Thank you.
I think about 13 yards on that last catch. The stop made by Samuels. Actually, Samuels making the reception.
Right, yo, 50 Doc on one. Ready?
It's Dietz's turn now on offense, and you heard Nagy say our defense has to make a stop, and he says we have to score on every possession.
Go!
Dietz with time, fires a bullet complete at the 21-yard line, and there's a flag down back at the 9. Pass complete to Shaw, and this is going to be hold against Tampa Bay, so that play will be nullified.
Holding offense number 75, half the distance to the goal, still first down.
Against Tom Goodhines out of Eastern Michigan. He'd been struggling with a wrist injury, missed 4 weeks, and came back to play with a cast, and he's still wearing a little protection. There he is, number 75. That's a 2-point takedown right there.
I would have used the exact same terminology. It was a takedown. Not a tackle, a takedown.
22 seconds to go in the third quarter. Deadlocked at 42. There have been 6 different ties in this game. Fighting for the right to move on, and Dietz fires it 7 rows high, and a nice reception up there by another lucky fan.
I think what Columbus has made in their secondary very difficult on Brett Dietz. I mean, has made very few mistakes today, has not forced anything, and even though he threw the ball away there, to me that's a smart throw versus trying to gamble right now, because you cannot afford a turnover.
Back for the start of the fourth quarter right after this.
How are they going to be able to look past this and focus on next Saturday's contest?
Official athletic retailer of the Arena Football League. Champ Sports, where sport lives.
And paddle shifters and a 30 gig music and navigation system?
This is your vacation house?
Because the Mitsubishi Outlander. Out everything, everything.
No matter what kind of business you run, you'll run it better with the Discover Business Card. Need to pay vendors who don't take credit cards? Use fee-free purchase checks and still earn rewards. Need to turn expenses into income? Get 5% cashback bonus on office supplies and get 2% cashback bonus on gas. With solutions like fee-free purchase checks, you can take charge with the Discover Business Card.
Back for the start of the fourth quarter. Tampa Bay and Columbus tied at 42. I'm Mark Jones along with Merril, Hoge at the St. Pete's Times Forum, and Brett Dietz has answered all of the doubters, all of the people that raised the questions about whether he would suffer from stage fright. He certainly has not today. Impressive stats, 20 of 30 with 5 touchdown passes.
Yeah, he's made some outstanding throws. He's been very composed. He's been all the things that he was in the regular season. The unknown, which is a fair assessment, is he lacked experience, and how would he respond in the playoffs? I think that he has shown everybody he's up to that task. He threw 1 interception, and quite honestly, that I can't even fault him, because it was really an amazing It's an interception by Beret. I mean, a fabulous interception. I think that ball's placement was where you'd want a quarterback to put it.
And when you get Uncle Sam on your side, you know you're doing something right. Another flag down. The fourth quarter starting the same way the third quarter did.
Offside, defense number 86, unabated to the quarterback, 5 yards, still second down.
Well, we haven't said Ken Jones's name much, but for all the wrong reasons we have.
Yeah. Right at Lincoln Kennedy and Dietz right there for his snap.
Merril, this is your little 10-yard corner post. All right. Right yo-yo. Let's go 50. You guys stay at 5 yards, though. Let's go wide corner post on 1. Ready?
What do we have here, Merril? Wide corner post.
Well, they're still trying to get, you heard him say that corner post was Shaw. Just a little shallower.
Oh, and he's sacked back at the 4-yard line, hit hard by Bernard Riley, the unheralded one up front. Bookended by Kinney and Jones, but that time it was Riley's time to shine, and he took a hit. If you don't believe us, listen into the real-time sound.
Go! Put!
That's 315 pounds of man coming on top of you.
Now you know why you don't want to get your quarterback hit.
Yes.
That's why you got to protect your quarterback. You can only afford so many hits like that.
They've already had 2 quarterbacks injured and lost for the season, and another penalty call.
Snap infraction, illegal snap on the center. Half the distance to the goal, still third down.
8 penalties now here in the second half. 7 of them against, actually 8 penalties in all.
And you're starting to sense that Columbus's defensive line, they're starting to get their motors going. They start smelling it now, boy. They you got a sack and you're finished.
Kelvin Kinney, Ken Jones, talented bookend defensive ends.
Well, look for this wing go over here to this other side.
Dietz out of the end zone. Complete for a first down out near midfield to Terrell Shaw. Wow. That almost looked like it was going to be intercepted at one point.
Yeah, great job by the wing clearing out. Now Shaw can run in route. Come all the way over to the wall because the go route took that defensive back all the way out of there.
Picked up 25 yards, Merril, on 3rd and 22 for the first down.
See the wing right there. He's clearing that out. Now, if that would have been there, Dietz would have taken a shot. But Edwards not open, so Shaw coming on the in route becomes wide open.
This game started off as a shootout. It was tied at 35 after the first half. Teams with just 1 touchdown apiece here in the second half. The pass complete to Samuels. Out near another first down inside the 15, down to about the 13, picked up 10.
Oh, get in there.
Maybe enough to move the chains. You know, Samuels has been somewhat quiet, but he has been an instrumental leader in this team's turnaround as well.
Listen into head coach Markham here.
Detroit Poco. Hurry up.
Left Detroit, 80 Poco on 1. Ready?
Left. Come on, Carl. Go. Go.
On 1st and 10, Dietz. Quick 3-step drop, and boy, one of the few times you'll see Edwards, pardon me, drop it, but there's a flag on the play.
Go figure.
Illegal defense. Number 2 linebacker out of the box. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
They're making those officials work, you know.
They sure are.
They're challenging that box. Columbus has done that all day today.
Especially here in the second half.
You know, that box is for both linebackers. Neither one of them can get wide.
Here we go. Left Detroit, 80 Poco on 1. Ready?
That was Columbus's 10th penalty of the game.
Now the motion guy that will come around you, they're trying to get him the post corner. But they'll have that flat route out here if it doesn't work.
Dietz under heat, and he wisely throws it away into the stands. Incomplete. David Saunders with good pressure, and that last penalty, interestingly enough, against Remember the Tampa Bay Storm.
If we look at that play again, and we'll stop it just at the line of scrimmage as the motion comes around. Look at the great play here by the secondary of coming up and getting jams. I mean, I'll tell you this, when you get a jam and you get hands on wide receivers, right here you're going to get a jam. And you come over here and you get the jam, and you make it so difficult for wide receivers to get into their route. Great job of Columbus. They've changed it up all day. They've made them. They've challenged them at the line of scrimmage. They've been off. It's like they've got a mic too and know what's coming.
On 2nd and goal, Dietz into the end zone. Caught. Touchdown! What a play! Shaw again. His 4th touchdown of the game.
Well, I'll tell you this. When you think about, jamming the line of scrimmage, we'll talk about that in a minute, but if you got time to finish your route like Shaw had there, good things happen for you. Because Columbus won at the beginning of that. For like the first second of that route, Columbus won, but because of the time that Dietz had, he was able to find Shaw in the back of the end zone. And then just an amazing catch of body control and footwork.
Shaw last week had 181 yards receiving against Austin. And a big catch here for the leading receiver yard-wise for Tampa Bay. They have the lead temporarily.
When hot, molten rock, ash, and gases erupt and escape from deep below the surface, it often results in a touchdown. For those who have what it takes on the inside, Russell has what it takes on the outside.
Behold the wonder of it. Its wide mouth allowing it to flow cold and unrestrained all that is parched. It is awe-inspiring, is it not? You really love this river.
River? No. I'm talking about this Coors Light wide mouth can.
The Wide Mouth Can, a wide opening for wide open refreshment, only from Frost Brewed Coors Light.
People will travel great distances to enjoy this. You can get these wide mouth cans anywhere. Talking about the river.
Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
We believe in going our own way, no matter which way the rest of the world is going. We don't believe it should take a lifetime of working for the man to ride with us. Low monthly payments available through July 31st. Starting MSRP for 2007 models is $6,595.
We got it going on.
The ESPN telecast of Russell Athletic Arena football is brought to you by Russell Athletic. For those who have what it takes on the inside, Russell has what it takes on the outside. And in part by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Sometimes you're on the right train, but the wrong track. Right now, Tampa Bay temporarily on the right track, leading by 7 points. And time now for our Coors Light cold hard stats.
Boy, and they say they don't play defense in this league. Second half, it's been all defense. 21 points for the second half. Adjustments have been made. And sometimes you get on the wrong bus, too, or the bus is going the wrong way.
And sometimes it hits an owl.
That wakes everybody up to let you know.
Was that an amazing story, though?
It really was,
You don't hear about too many travel issues where your bus driver takes you to the wrong city
Tampa
and it
Bay.
smacks an owl along the way and hits the windshield.
And that's been part of Tampa's season as they headed to Austin to play.
Columbus now with the task of trying to come back down by 7 out over the 16-yard line. It's Josh Bush. One more look at that last touchdown.
Yeah, one thing, Gerald Brown has done a good job all day, right in the line of scrimmage, of jamming Shaw. And that's a gamble that initially takes the life out of the route, but Shaw keeps working, works over the top, and then because they protected so well, Shaw's able to work over that and then eventually gets the separation. Brown falls down, and then the acrobatic catch and great footwork to put the storm up temporarily, as you put it.
Plenty of football left to be played. 10 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Nagy completes it. wide open to Saunders, and Saunders is going to make it 1st and goal. He was looking for a little bit of payback. He was talking with some of his former coaches here for Tampa Bay prior to the game down in the field, looking forward to a big afternoon, and he picked up 30 yards that time.
Well, that was an angry run, wasn't it?
Yes.
You could just...
He had intentions.
Yes.
On 2. Right range, wide loop, 52 wheel, wide read on 2. Ready?
Call Saunders smooth. He certainly was on that last reception. On 1st and goal for Columbus. What do you know? Some more flags.
Offside. Defense. Number 93, unabated to the quarterback. Pass the distance to the goal. Still 1st down.
It's just not a drive without a penalty. Not a drive in the second half.
That's going to be against Tom Briggs, who this year has 5 sacks. Playing a little nicked up. He has that injured knee that he hurt against Austin in the last game.
That was the Altrin, right?
Yeah, had an MRI that was inconclusive. Then the subsequent one revealed no damage. He was able to play today.
Hurry!
Well, they're going to try to pop this ball real quick.
1st and goal. They hand it off. They're going to run it. Good resistance up the middle against Harold Wells. He might have gotten about 2 yards down to the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal coming up. Good hit by Briggs, who was in on the play, atoning for that last penalty.
Boy, this is an area that you're close to the goal line. It's just so tough to score. I mean, there's not a lot of routes you can run. There's not a lot of combinations.
Z-flop, 12 0 ready?
Well, you heard it, sell it. So they're going to get some movement. But look at right here. Let's stay right here. Let's keep that camera. Let's see if they come right at us.
They hand it off and run it again. Power football. No signal yet. And he stopped up short of the end zone at about a foot away. Harold Wells once again. Well, 3rd and goal coming up.
That veer's working for him. See right here, that's that 12. That's that 2-hole they're trying to get into. Veer fights. Good call, but didn't quite get in the end zone.
Wells out of Garner-Webb, a 2nd-year pro, 5th in the league in rushing this year, has 13 touchdowns.
Right solid, QB wedge on 1, ready?
I thought I said 2B wedge, but that's a QB wedge.
Ooh, the wedge. I'm not sure he got in.
I'll tell you this.
A lot of resistance.
You like that,
He did not get it. I would love to know who jumped over the pile there. What a great job.
Great surge up the middle.
Charge. Timeout.
Timeout called by the Storm, and Nagy stopped up short of the end zone. 4th and goal coming up.
I mean, I say decision time, but there's no decision. You got to go for it. You got it. Well, that happened so fast. I want to see who pops up over the top. That was Bernard Wagon. What a great job on the nose and jumping up over the center.
Heavy.
I love Heavy. Heavy's good.
Skip Foster, the offensive coordinator there with his quarterback.
I want to go right solid, heavy, right clump heavy. Wide zoom, 13 follow, pull it when he's high. On who's high? He's going to go wide zoom. So what I do, right clump, go high. We're running away from you, 13. Okay? Right clump heavy, wide zoom. Get back to straight. Hurry up.
I always get nervous when I see players uncertain. When it's got to happen so fast here.
Right clump, wide zoom, 13 follow.
Here we go on 4th and goal. For the tie, Columbus.
Right here is where they're going, boys and girls.
That's where they go, and it's met. Stop short. Torrance Marshall. Torrance Marshall made the big play. And the defense comes up with a stop for Tampa. Fourth down coming up. They're going to talk it over. Well, Matt Nagy told us in an interview a few moments ago that we have to score on every possession.
Fucking half yard.
Yep.
Do what? We had the ball on the half-yard line, man. I know. Hey, come on.
One more look at that, Merril.
boy. You saw them on the sideline. They were unsure. You're talking to a lot of your offensive linemen, too. Not sure. Because anytime you have that, that's probably when you needed the timeout and then calm everybody down, cooler heads, find out what play you felt confident, because that was not a confident play right there.
So now they face a 4th and goal.
This is
down by a touchdown.
But you got 7 minutes and 18 seconds. You got obviously time, but
get across there.
Not a lot of time because.
See what this Tampa Bay defense can come up with here.
Smooth, get across. Stop and get across the back of the end zone. Shift the jump on left. 27, BJ under. Fake 27.
They're going to give him a little bit of run action. I'll tell you, look in the back of the goal line there because they're going to look to get that ball back there.
They fake the handoff to Gross. Wide open. Oh, what a play. They fooled everybody in the house. Saunders.
Yes, they did. See, that's why you call a timeout and you think things through. You don't rush a play out there.
David Saunders was all alone. Nobody within the 813 area code close to him.
But what other area codes nearby? Because they weren't close. It was
David, come here.
The whole eastern seaboard was wide open.
David!
Saunders with his second catch of the drive. And a big one. And they're an extra point away from tying this game, which they do at 49. It was tied at 35 at the break. The offenses have been stymied a little bit here in the second half, but once again finding their stroke, finding their groove here in the fourth quarter with time winding down. Playoff lives on the line when we come back.
Now, the best is back. In McLean, we trust. Live free or die hard. Now playing only in theaters.
Welcome to New York, Mr. Jackson.
The team.
I'm not joining the Yankees to become a star.
The turmoil.
I made it, Joe. I want to make it.
The triumph.
Home run, Reggie Jackson.
The Bronx is Burning premieres Monday, July 9th at 10 on ESPN following the Home Run Derby.
Special Agent, we have your next mission.
Thanks, boss, but my car's pretty dead right now.
When can you get back on the road?
Hey, I'll show you. When Esurance policyholders get their cars repaired at one of Esurance's certified body shops, they can monitor repairs online 24/7.
It's like watching your car come back to life.
I'll be back on the road in no time.
Make it your mission to save on hassle-free auto insurance. Visit esurance.com today.
If you've got an ATV or even a lawn tractor with overgrown land to clear, the new Tom Goodhines DR fielded brush mower can do that heavy-duty mowing while you ride. The DR can be offset left or right, so you drive in the clear while the DR chops thick, waist-high grass, even saplings up to 1.5 inches thick.
Call 1-800-515-1153 for your free catalog and DVD all about the amazing DR Field and Brush Mower. Online at drfieldbrush.com.
Charles Frederick made the AFL's all-rookie team, and he's trying to lead the brigade past the Colorado Crush in the second game of our doubleheader coming up after the Storm and the Destroyers are done. Mark?
And welcome back to the St. Pete's Times Forum. Tied at 49, a seesaw affair. We're joined by head coach Tim Markham of Tampa Bay.
Coach Markham, that last play there, fourth down, left a guy wide open. What happened?
Didn't get lined up right. Threw a little something to put one of the receivers in the backfield, and we just lost. Act like we hadn't seen that before.
It appears, though, in the second half you've made some adjustments. What adjustments have you made to kind of slow their offense down?
The pressure's picked up a little bit. We'll get a little more push on the guy. So, but it's going to be a heck of a game.
Last 6 minutes here. What's got to take place for you to win this game?
Well, we got to score every time we got the ball, and we got to somehow find a way to get a turnover, some kind of stop.
Here they are. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thanks, Coach. We can tell that was not a positive response to the kickoff.
Never want to let your kids grow up to be coaches, right? Isn't that what they say?
It's painful.
On days like this?
It's painful.
Carl Williams, who played in the NFL for 8 seasons with the Tampa